An art student has been charged after his project set off a series of events on Wednesday. Thorerin Ingi Johnson, age 24, put a fake bomb sculpture in the lobby of the Royal Ontario Museum. This resulted in the museum's evacuation as well as the cancellation of an AIDS fundraiser. After placing the fake bomb in the museum, the OCAD student called the museum to let them know it was real. The AIDS charity, whose event was canceled, estimates their losses at $100,000.
A plane crashed in southwest Turkey this morning, killing the 56 people on board. The plane was an MD-83 jet belonging to the Turkish airline Atlas Jet. It had taken off from Istanbul at 1 a.m. The plane disappeared off the radar about 10 kilometers from an airport in Isparta, a Turkish province. Rescue helicopters had to search the mountainous area for 5 hours before they found the wreckage. No one knows what caused the crash yet, but an investigation is currently underway.
A 19-year-old man is in court this morning facing charges of second-degree murder. Sean Williams, age 27, is dead, and Kobina Sarfo Dua is the man allegedly responsible. Williams' body was found in an apartment building in Mornell Court on Wednesday afternoon. Yesterday, with a lawyer present, Dua surrendered to police. Two Centennial college students resulted in a near-fatal injury today. Uriel Mendoza has this story.
Centennial College, where a journalism student fell from a ladder and suffered a severe concussion. We'll go inside now to speak with Mark Kilchling, the victim, and get his thoughts on the incident.
Argument over a prop brought Mark Kilchling tumbling to the ground. The 12-foot drop gave him a severe concussion. Can you take us through the experience? What was going through your mind?
I was walking up these stairs all the way to the top. It's pretty high up, man. You don't really realize that until you're up there. And, we were trying to get Santa. Santa's part of this because it's all going to be Christmas. But Jason just wouldn't shut up, man. He's just, yelling at me to get it done. And,
what was he saying?
He's just like, yo, move it over here, move it over here. I'm like, it was fine, but I just leaned forward too much. Next thing you know, bam, I'm down on the ground. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember waking up and they had the paramedicine students putting me on a stretcher. Damn.
Mark doesn't really take to instruction very well. So I was just telling him what to do and where to place the lights and where to angle them. But I don't know, he doesn't listen. I'm sorry the guy had a concussion, but really.
The pair's marks were riding on this assignment. Because of the incident, they didn't have time to complete it. They'll have to repeat the class next year.
It was kind of his own fault, really. It seemed like he wasn't all there that day. Might have been drinking a little.
Kilchling has refused the blood alcohol test and no charges will be laid. This is Uriel Mendoza, CCTV News.
And the debate rages on at City Hall. Is Councillor Rob Ford required to spend taxpayers' money on his office supplies? This past Monday, Ford was discovered and scolded for using his own money. Mayor Miller said that he must use public money, so it shows he's not accepting money from third parties. His office, however, said that the city regulations are unclear on the issue. Ford refuses to file his receipts because he's afraid the city will reimburse him. Although technically, he does not appear to be breaking any rules. Ford could face a 90-day suspension.
In British Columbia, an RCMP constable has been cleared in the shooting death of a man. Yesterday, the RCMP Watchdog Committee released the report on the incident. It was found that the rookie constable, Paul Koester, acted in self-defense in 2005 when he shot and killed Ian Bush, aged 22. And that's a look at news. Now let's send it over to Jonathan Brown for all the latest in music.
Thanks, Chania, and thank God it's Friday and we can start living the good life. Hip-hop fans are buzzing about legendary rap group Wu-Tang Clan as they perform in the GTA tonight for the first time in years. Oshawa's Big Sexy nightclub plays host to the event that's been hyped for over a month now. Tickets are still available for $30, but sales reps anticipate the event will sell out once Wu-Tang appears for their press conference this afternoon. The show is in the efforts to promote the group's latest album, 8 Diagrams. This is their 5th album and first since 2001's Iron Flag. Despite new material, the performance will be sure to bring fans back to Wu-Tang's mid-90s heyday. In Toronto's core, the Cavalcade of Lights starts shining tomorrow throughout the city. The 40-year-old light show features performances by Susie McNeil and Tommy Swick at 7 o'clock in front of City Hall. Fireworks are also in the plans to kick off the exhibition that brings life to buildings and streetscapes every holiday season. Performances by the likes of Julie Black and In-Flight Safety go down each of the next 2 Saturdays as well. And that's the buzz in entertainment.
society tells us that it's rude to stare. But then along came the 2005 Nissan Altima, with a new redesigned interior and a sleek, new, refined exterior. So go ahead, stare. Frankly, it'd be rude not to. Now get the Altima 2.5S Extra loaded with $1,000 worth of no-charge options.
Looking for affordable home ideas? Come to a Sears Home Store. It's the Buyer's Best Buy sale. Get this Dream Fiber sofa for just $899.99. Plus, get this queen-size sleigh bed for just $899.97. And don't pay until January 2006. For great selection, great prices, and great service, there's only one place you need to go. Sears.
Well, when you work in television, you want to make people happy. You should have a great smile. My teeth were just brutal. I had to do something about it, so I had to find somebody I could trust.
I'm Dr. Mark Coachman, and I personally make sure everyone receives the most advanced care no matter how serious their condition. Together, we can achieve the smile makeover you deserve.
The Coachman Center, 1-888 Newmouth.
So change your smile.
And change your life. Thanks, buddy.
Santa Margherita is the saint of impossible causes. Men pray to her when they need to be forgiven. Women pray to her when they are going to have children.
From the depths of tradition comes an epic story of one family's quest for forgiveness. No! Sophia Loren in a CTV exclusive, Lives of the Saints, coming in January. Brought to you in part by Scotiabank. Life, money, balance both.
Herrera. Welcome back and hi everyone, I'm Aurora Herrera. Today in Hollywood, Julia Roberts joins the long list of celebrities who are, to say the least, annoyed with the paparazzi. The star reportedly told one of the stalkerazzis to pull over after he took pictures of her little ones. The Pretty Woman star then lectured him about the fact that he was taking pictures in his school area. The rest of the conversation was not recorded, as Roberts asked the man to turn his camera off. Well, at least she didn't assault him. Deny, deny, deny. That's now the only option left for Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. With tabloid headlines screaming about trial separations and serious issues, the pair has issued an official statement advising their fans to disregard the rampant rumors saying that they are very happy together. Conan O'Brien has shown admirable loyalty to his non-striking staff at the late night show. The staff is facing layoffs and O'Brien is now paying them out of pocket. The show has been suspended since November 5th. Well, that's all from Hollywood at this hour. Thanks for watching. Now let's go to Lewis for the latest in sports.
Thanks, Aurora. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Louis Tam, and I'm here with Uriel Mendoza, and here's the latest in sports. There are 30 teams in the NHL, and a new season schedule will let fans see all 30 of them in action next season.
The Leafs finally end their cold streak against the Thrashers.
Canada swiped the first day of the Skeleton World Cup.
And Argos coach Pinball Clemens has made up his mind about his future with the Argos, but it's a secret. The Leafs ended their 4-game losing streak last night with a 4-1 victory over the Atlanta Thrashers. It was the first time the Leafs tallied 4 goals in a night in 14 games. The Leafs will try to make it 2 games in a row on Saturday when they take on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
If you're finding watching the NHL a lot boring than it used to be, you're not alone. Declining interest from fans was a factor in the NHL's decision yesterday to revamp its scheduling next season. Going back to the way games were scheduled before the lockout 3 years ago, the new schedule will have every team in the NHL playing each other at least once in the regular season. Teams will now play divisional rivals 6 times instead of 8. They are also going to face each of the other 10 conference teams 4 times, and each of the 15 teams in the opposing conference once. What this means for fans is that they'll be seeing less of the same teams playing each other over and over again. It also means more chances for everyone to see the NHL's top players in action. The current schedule was adopted to improve ticket sales by fostering more rivalries between teams. Fans, however, have found it boring and monotonous.
Michael Pinball Clemens has made up his mind about leaving or staying with the Toronto Argos, but he's not telling the public just yet. Pinball is scheduled to speak with owners Howard Sokolowski and David Cinnamon today.
A coach involved in the brawl that broke out at a children's hockey game last Friday is being let off with just a slap on the wrist. Guelph police announced yesterday that no charges will be laid against Randy Brandt, the Niagara Falls Thunder coach who is accused of spitting on the coach from the Toronto Duffield Devils. The two coaches apparently got into a row after the 8-year-old players they were coaching got into a fight. The decision not to charge Brandt surprised Frank Coburn, the Devils president, who noted that a lot of parents will be disappointed by lack of police involvement. Instead of laying criminal charges, Guelph police decided to leave the incident to be handled by the Greater Toronto Hockey League and the Niagara Falls Minor Hockey Association. The coaches of both teams have been suspended since last Friday.
The Dallas Cowboys have the second best record in the NFL at 11-1 after they beat the Green Bay Packers 37-27. Dallas quarterback Tony Romo threw for 300-plus yards and 4 touchdowns last night. Not only did the Packers fall behind in the race for home field advantage, but they lost Brett Favre to an elbow injury in the second quarter.
Hockey Hall of Famer Gordie Howe is taking the gloves off with a lawsuit to be filed yesterday in Michigan against 2 former managers in his marketing company. The former Detroit Red Wing is accusing Del Reddy and Aaron Howard of embezzling $338,000 that he had earned in public appearances and merchandise sales. It is alleged that both men funneled the money into Immortal Investments, a celebrity merchandise company owned by Reddy's father while they were working for Howe's company. Both men had already quit when Howe discovered his money was missing. Howe also said both men had defamed this company, Powerplay International, by saying it was in financial trouble.
Steve Nash has Got Milk. You like that? You like that? The Phoenix Sun Guard has joined the Got Milk campaign with the likes of Beyoncé, David Beckham, Alex Rodriguez, and Marvin Harrison in promoting the natural goodness of milk.
And the first day of the Skeleton World Cup went well for Team Canada, who managed to rake in 4 medals in the sledding competition in Calgary. Calgary's own Paul Boehm dominated in the men's category with a time of 1 minute and 54 seconds. Michelle Kelly of British Columbia took home the other gold medal in the women's race with a time of 1 minute 57 seconds. The gold medal more than made up for Kelly's absence in last year's competition, where she was unable to compete because her sled was too heavy. Also in the competition were Canadians Melissa Hollingsworth and John Montgomery, who won silver and bronze medals. Team Canada's next race will be in Park City, Utah on December 3rd. And that's all from the world of sports. Now over to Erika and her thoughts on cross-border shopping.
Thanks, Lewis, and hi, everyone. I'm Erika Hogerwaard with today's comment. Canadian shoppers are going south to shop till they drop. A strong loonie is making American malls a mecca for deals just in time for the holidays. Or is it? Customs authorities say connects jumping the border to do some serious spending may have issues coming home with all their new stuff. Border offices are cracking down on the old tricks shoppers use to skip duties. So don't expect to clip off tags, dump shopping bags and receipts, and layer on 5 new sweaters to avoid paying your taxes. Customs has seen it all. You're not fooling anyone. If you don't declare, you can expect the following. Seized goods, a reclaiming fee that's 25 to 80% of their value, car searches, and if you're caught without claiming, a record that lasts 6 years, which means you're more likely to be searched in the future. So is it worth it? Definitely. Have you seen how much cheaper Starbucks is in the States? And those are my thoughts. Jason will be with you after the break with his thoughts on the music industry.
Few relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin light truck tires. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, it looks like the recording industry hasn't been able to catch a break lately. Record sales have been on a steady decline for several years. Multi-million-dollar artists like Radiohead and Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails have bid adieu to their respective labels and gone to produce their own music independently. And cases of single mothers being sued for figures of $200,000 and upwards for sharing a few dozen MP3s isn't doing anything to put them in a better eye with the public either. So what is a billion-dollar industry to do? Apparently, nothing. Back in the early days of music file sharing, the CEO of Universal Music Group said they didn't know what to do with the whole situation. Electronic mediums were too confusing and obscure at the time. The internet was just too much to handle for them. Now it's Steve Jobs' iTunes online music store that is gaining ground. Even though physical album sales have been dipping, paid electronic downloads have surged. People want to have choices. If they'd rather download an online album rather than go to the store and buy it, more people will do that. The days of the recording industry as we know it may be numbered. Artists and listeners are taking alternative routes in their production and consumption of music. Record labels are playing less of a role as of late in how music is distributed. And that's how I see it. Now let's send it back to the news desk for a final word.
And that's our show for Friday, November 30th, 2007. This is CCTV News.
From all of us here at Centennial College News, I'm Shayla Duval with Chania Bailey. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Brad's gonna be looking at camera 3. 9. 5 regular center.
And how much reality do you too much?
Need a sound check for Brady.
And what about common cane? So if you want, or be prepared to get us help at a local Burger King for a walk.